Hello everyone, my name is Ajay and today we are going to understand what exactly is HTTP. Okay, and why do we require this? So what we are going to do is we're going to switch to the computer and we're going to understand what exactly is HTTP, why do we require it? Okay, so let us just switch to the computer and to understand the HTTP. So this is HTTP. HTTP. Now over here, HT stands for hypertext. It stands for hypertext. This T, it stands for transfer. Okay. It stands for transfer. And this P, it stands for the protocol. So hypertext transfer protocol. This is what it means. Now, what is hypertext? Right? Hypertext. So hypertext basically is a text in the hyperlink. Okay. Now, what is hyperlink? Hyperlinks are the links to the web pages. Okay. So these are links to the web pages. So what do you do on a website? You normally have many links and you click onto that link and you go to some other web page. So those are called as hyperlinks. Okay. Now, let us understand this in more detail. Now, why do we require HTTP? HTTP. HTTP. What is the use? Now, you might have seen like many a times while you access any website, you have this format of the URL. That is HTTP and there is an extra S over here. We're going to come back to this. Okay. So HTTPS and then your website name dot com dot in or anything, right? So this is the address that you try to access with. And it is always starts with this HTTP, right? Now, what does this mean? Now, what does this mean is whenever you try to access a website on your computer or any device, so that is called as the client machine. So your machine, your device is called as the client machine. Then what happens is when you try to open any website, internally a request is sent to the server. A request is sent to the server machine, which is nothing but a powerful computer. Okay, powerful computer. So this is called as HTTP request. It is known as HTTP request. So you send a request. You means internally, yes, you're trying to access the website. So internally, a HTTP request is sent to the server and then server. Now, this server basically holds the data of that website. All the text, pictures, everything is stored onto the server. Now, this server is a remote machine. Remember this. It's a remote machine. Remote machine means it is far away. So it can be anywhere. It can be in your country or it can be outside your country. But the data of that website is stored on this server, right? So to access that data, you need to send a HTTP request to the server and then the server, okay, sends back the data of the website to your machine. And that is called as HTTP response. It is known as HTTP response. So HTTP request and HTTP response. Okay. So this is how it works. And this is why we require HTTP. Without HTTP, we cannot access the data from the server. So that's the use of HTTP. So basically it is used for data, accessing data, transferring of data. This is what in simple language you can say. Now, what is this extra S that I was talking about? Okay, let us understand this. Now, HTTPS, this S is basically known as secure. So hypertext transfer protocol secure. Okay. Now what happens? Suppose you are using your net banking. Okay. You're using your net banking. So obviously you are going to give your username and the password, right? Now this username and password, obviously this is a sensitive data. It's very sensitive, right? So what happens is this extra S converts this data into some unreadable form, and that is called as encryption. It is called as encryption. Encryption means this data is not sent as it is in raw form. It is converted into some unreadable form. Now, why? Because there are always hackers who can hack your data. So even if they hack your data, it is in encrypted form. It cannot be read or it cannot be understood. So your data is always secure. So you see every website is having this extra S over there for the security purpose. And every website should have this, in fact. Okay. So that your data remains safe. So whenever your data trying to access your banking data or any sensitive data is always safe. So this is what HTTP means, and this is what HTTPS also means. Okay, I hope that this concept is now clear to you. I'll just switch back, and this is what it is. Okay, so anytime now in future you come across the word HTTP, it is hypertext transfer protocol. Why it is used now, it's very much, it should be clear to you now. Okay, so we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.